The Sagittarius Solar Fire Ritual, Processional and Alleluia. We gather at a holy time, a time of aspiration and of longing for a steady vision of the plan divine. We gather here within the stream of solar fire, streaming from the constellation Sagittarius. We stand within the power of the Lord of true direction, He who leads all questing souls directly towards their goal. Let all wayward energies now cease their futile errancy. Let many join as one. Let all that we accomplish, let all we seek to do, serve to clear the way before us. Let struggling humanity now understand the path that it must tread unto release. Let those who wander desperate in illusion find the noble middle way which leads to God. Invocation of the fourth, fifth, and sixth rays. Through the archer pass three potent rays. The fourth, which shows humanity, whose kingdom is alike the fourth, the scent that it must follow, and the way that it must go. The fifth, which knows the undiscovered truth, which lies concealed within the mind and form of God, and which the human soul must make its own. And then the sixth, which gives the ardor to ascend at any cost, until the great ideal be reached. We stand within this triple stream of rays divine, a stream of harmony, of knowledge, and the love of the ideal. Let us breathe within our aura the yellow of the fourth, then with an Om direct it towards the healing of the earth. Let us breathe within our aura the orange of the fifth, then with an ohm direct it towards the healing of the earth. Let us breathe within our aura the rose of silver of the sixth, then with an ohm direct it towards the healing of the earth. In concert with the plan of God, we see these three descend upon our planetary home, the earth. Our focus at this time of monthly invocation is the whirling common cross, the cross of Christ in matter, as he rises from the dark to light and claims his holy place, the cross of evolution for those buried in the depths of form, the cross of longest servitude, whereon the bounded hidden God is nurtured in the womb of time, until the hour arrives to take one's place upon the cross of blinding light and bitter woe, and leave the fourth behind. Four signs are found upon this cross, but one, Sagittarius, is far more potent at this time. Thus let us focus our attention on the Sagittarian deity and its attendant planetary lords. As we turn our thought towards the Lord who tends the fires of aspiration, let us strengthen our resolve by sounding forth the mantram of the fiery way. I seek the way, I yearn to know. Visions I see, and fleeting deep impressions. Behind the portal on the other side lies that which I call home, for the circle has been well nigh trod, and the end approaches the beginning. I seek the way, all ways my feet have trod. The way of fire calls to me with fierce appeal. Naught in me seeks the way of peace, naught in me yearns for earth. Let the fire rage, the flames devour, let all the dross be burnt, and let me enter through that gate and tread the way of fire. Together and as one, we step within the aura of the Sagittarian Lord, and immerse ourselves within the radiance of the one who wields the power of direction. That power which must surely and at length lead the wandering pilgrim straight into the gate of wider life. Let us form the symbol of the heart of aspiration, to which the flame of inspiration will descend with speed. The soul of man is fed with spirit fire from above, fed with inspiration giving life. Lower calls to higher, lower fire to higher fire, aspiration to its answering God. For higher fire must answer an appeal in fire ascending, answer in the currency of sight restored unto the blind, of love restored unto the cold, of life restored unto the dead, those truly dead through ignorance of spirit. Attentive are the higher powers, attentive to the upward surging aspiration of each struggling human being, attentive to the age-old cry for light and love arising from the earth-bound human race. Full answer to each yearning aspiration is ready to descend unto the longing one, if but the invocation be correct and felt in heart. Every need is answered e'en before the need is spoken, before the plaintive cry is heard. For spirit is the sacrifice of giving. Spirit gives but of itself, intent upon fulfillment of every supplication. Ask, and answer surely comes. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, the door shall open. Inspiration waits above to fire the soul of man. Abundant life awaits the questing pilgrim, yearning to return to source.
Inspiring, our flaming hearts are aspiring, the shaft of inspiration. Release to air, returns as the shaft of inspiration, returns as the shaft of illumination, returns as the arrow of every light. To see a vision of God's plan. What sight is more inspiring than the vision of God's plan? With ardent search untiring, we seek for an end of desiring the flaming heart uplifted to the heights. Evokes a flood of inspiration, evokes a flood of illumination, evokes a flood of every light. To see sight is more inspiring than the vision of God's word. With holy ones conspiring with perfect ones, and inquiring, what stands revealed? What stands revealed? What can no longer be concealed? The sources of our inspiration, the source in God of light and love, the source of power divine. These we see, these we see, these we see, these in joy we sing, these in rapturous joy we surely sing. We see a vision inspiring our hearts and minds are aspiring, what sight is more uplifting than a vision of the blood? What sight is more inspiriting than a vision of God's
Meditation. In meditation deep, let us ponder on our vision, the sight we see of things divine, and seek to see the luminous goal which beckons ever onward, inspiring us to greater love and greater light. Let us ponder on our vision of God's vast and holy plan. Let us form the symbol of the centaur's bow, his weapon for fulfilling base desire. All life upon our little globe is one great quest. The quest for light, the quest for love, the quest to know the ways in which the will of God may be fulfilled. Primeval man begins this quest with mind but dimly lit, an animal in human form, and barely more. The lords of Venus came to earth, and, aided by the angels of the fifth, did give the gift of flickering mind to some who dwelt upon the higher levels of the third, and thus the fourth was born. But early man, new-formed and nearly sightless, could not see the way to go. He knew his separation, and but little more. He knew not what he wanted, for he wanted all, it seemed. And so he followed each desire as if its satisfaction were the highest good, and so he ran in hot pursuit of all he found in any way appealing. Thus, wanting much, pursuing much, he lost himself in lowly quest. His life a furied chaos, full of futile, contradictory desire, leading, so he wrongly thought, to lasting satisfaction. And thus he ran, one-pointedly, not in any one direction, but instead in nearly all. A rampant and rampaging centaur he became, the animal, the man fused into one. Heartless in his lust for life, all brothers and all sisters were his prey. He became the ardent hunter, driven to excess by mad desire.
The centaur am I. The centaur am I. Driven by mad desire, I hunt for what will satisfy. Driven by mad desire, I pursue my prey. Driven by mad desire, my passions I must gratify. Driven by mad desire, I stalk along the bloody way. I am the hunter. I am the hunter. Driven by mad desire. Driven by mad desire. Mad, mad is my way. Mad is my way. The centaur am I. The centaur am I. Driven by red desire, I hunt and kill where'er I will. Driven by red desire, I launch straight for my goal. Driven by red desire, I grasp and gorge and drink my fill. Driven by red desire, I refuse to count the mounting tall in grief, in pain, in loss, in strife. I do not count the toll. The centaur am I. The centaur am I. I am the hunter. I am the hunter. Driven by red desire. Driven by red desire. Red is my way. Red is my way. Lord, red is my way.
Meditation. Let us, looking backwards, revisioning those savage early days, seek to understand a way of rampant living wherein each desire stood equal to all others in its loud demand for heedless satisfaction. What then is the life of man when selfishness and baseness are one-pointedly pursued? Even now upon this planet there are those who live a centaur's life, who do not stop to question or discriminate the good from bad, insisting that they must possess whatever grossest appetite decrees. In meditation deep, let us seek to understand this wrongly driven way of life, and the sick and sorry state to which it leads. Let us in dejection kneel upon the fourfold field, in exile from the destined promised land. The twisting path of mad desire leads not unto the end supposed, but further, ever further, from the shining goal of higher life. Blind desires follow not a single path, instead they only contradict each the other ones, and followed lead the ardent hunter into unexpected loss and galling desperation, far into that distant land where light and love are lost to sight, far into that friendless land of dominating matter and of lower lunar life, where higher vision fades from hopeless eyes. Each vaunted satisfaction turns a chain upon the freedom once so prized, and he, the one who sought to freely roam where'er he would, in hot pursuit of fleeting prey or promised plunder, finds his forces all but spent, the happiness he longed for still more distant than at first. Surely blind desire is no guide to nobler living, and ardent heat can never double for the higher light. Alone and more dissatisfied than ever, he awakens to his plight.
Far, far from the promised land, vain pursuit has taken me. Far, far from the promised land, lost without a goal. Lost, lost on this foreign shore, blind desire has stranded me. Lost, lost on this foreign shore, alone and Here, here in this darkened place, I bow my head dejectedly. Here, here in this darkened place, without a trace of light. Bound, bound in desire's chains, confined, held fast when I should be free. Bound, bound in desire's chains, hope now vanished from my sight, for I have led myself astray by following an errant way. Yes, I have led myself astray, foolishly astray, and journeyed far, far from my promised land.
Meditation. In meditation deep, let us ponder on the errors of our past, how we were led by blind desire and foolish hope to follow after useless things, things of seeming large appeal, or so we thought, but really of the smallest worth. Let us ponder disillusion, how it came, what it taught, and how we might avoid all future false pursuit which leads to naught. We rise in prayer upon the fourfold field, ever seeking for the source of light. New desires rise and ever rise again, yet lead not to the goal, though perhaps at first one thinks they might. To come unto that promised land, well known to every soul within its heart of hearts as truly real, a new approach must be pursued. The way of ardent, blind desire no longer serves. A deeper way, a higher way, a subtler way must now appear to guide the one who looks within and listens to a higher voice. This way will save the questing human spirit from its long and futile search. Beyond the dim horizon, with its gray and lowering clouds, the blinded one must see at last a vision that is real, a vision of the world of light.
Exiled in the land of distances, whither I had ventured in both recklessness and pride, I lift my face unto the source of light, hoping for a real change, hoping for a sudden ray of comfort. But all is darkness, gloom, and a deepening despair. I scan the dim horizon, seeking with my yearning eyes to penetrate the lowering clouds. Seeking, always seeking, seeking, always seeking, seeking in vain, all in vain. Yet I know the light I seek is near. Perhaps if not behind the veil, then within. If not behind the veil, then within. Thus my faith intensifies. Thus my faith intensifies. My faith itself becomes a beam of penetrating light. One-pointedly I yearn and yearn. I yearn to see the light. And then
Meditation. No more the many futile ways of multiple and meaningless desire, but one true way, revealed by vision clear, at last stands plain before the questing human soul. Let us ponder on that time when first we learned to lift our sights above the worldliness we used to seek, learning thus to see a path to truth, a path which did not lead astray, but on to ever brighter light and greater love. How did we know the path was true? How did we start to tread that path? And do we tread that path this very day? In meditation deep, let us honor give unto the straight and narrow path, which leads to wisdom's golden door. We form the arrow of aspiration, swiftly flying towards its goal, the goal of the ideal. When at last the path to light is seen and somewhat understood, hope and ardor keen arise within the breast of him who sees. Suddenly, with courage new and flaming heart, most eagerly he hastens towards the beckoning light. Impatiently he onward spurs the horse of personality, to reach with speed the promised land he thinks he sees ahead. Straight and fast he travels on the path to greater glory, forgetting, in his hopeful haste, what obstacles may lie ahead. For now and at this eager stage, the joy of possibility is all he cares to know, as hastening with fervor he rides towards his ideal.
Ride with joy, ride with the joy of the hastening one, joy to the hastening one. Mount up, spur your charger onward, racing toward the light. Speed your courser onward, racing towards the light, and ride with joy, ride with the joy of the hastening one, joy to the hastening one. Ride with fury, pursuing your ideal, pursuing your ideal. Give all for your ideal. Ride
Meditation. In meditation deep, let us ponder on the surge of joy we sometimes feel when thinking that our cherished dreams may be at last fulfilled. Let us ponder on the energy of joy. How light it is, how pure it is, how swift it brings release and elevation. Yet joy is more than happiness, much more. How so? The bold pursuit of happiness comes early. Joy appears much later, when at last detachment reigns. And are we soul enough to understand the difference between the two? Let us ponder deeply. Let us form the sacred symbol of great Jupiter, the Lord who brings fulfillment to the questing soul of man. The path of possibility, pursued with restless, hastening joy, expands the range of living, expands the range of knowing and of loving both. Wider, ever wider grows the consciousness, wider grows the vision, wider grows the life that can be lived. The feral path, the centaur's path of lower Mars, becomes the way to bounty and fulfillment. The joy of understanding new arises in the heart, and lightness in the step. Life as joy, and joy as life, are felt and truly known. Life as love and fusion takes the place of driven passion for satiety. Abundantly, great Jupiter pours forth his copious blessing on the ardent questing soul in form, and life is seen the greatness that it is.
Jupiter, great Jupiter, expanding, ever growing. Jupiter, great Jupiter, fulfillment overflowing. Jupiter, great Jupiter, God of understanding. Jupiter, great Jupiter, graciously fulfill all our love and all our will. Graciously fulfill all our love and all our will.
Meditation. Let us ponder on the nature of our quest, upon the broadening of our mind, upon expansion of our heart in love. Let us see the greater gifts of Jupiter a move within our life, the blessings which have come to us, the growth which has been ours, and the growth which yet may be. Let us ponder loving kindness, the generous benevolence of Jupiter, the all-fulfilling Lord. Let us form the encircled cross, the sacred symbol of our Mother Earth, whereon we struggle towards the sacred, holy light. And now we focus on the gifts of Earth, our Earth, the planet which for now we call our home. This little blue-green planet, sacred not yet outwardly, but soon to show the sacredness achieved within. This planet of redemption, strangely bound in karma and in love, to mighty constellations greater far than e'en our sun, most closely tied to Sirius and to the Sisters Seven. This our humble earth, an earth of knowledge, love, and power, provides the three great rays of aspect with a point of potency through which transmission may be strongly sent. This earth, the home of countless forms of varied life, through which its Logos seeks expression, of a godly art and science far beyond the ken of mortal man. The understanding server, keen to aid the struggling soul within the form, turns his ready mind and heart upon our little struggling globe. Then, with his broadened understanding, and equipped with wise perspective which great Jupiter bestows, he invokes the greater glory of our little semi-lighted sphere, thus hastening the day when light and love may rule in power, and our earth may sacred be. The seeker now becomes the tireless server, and it is the being Earth that he seeks to serve. Meditation. Let us ponder now our place upon this earth, our spatial home for many millions of our years. Let us understand what it may really mean to dwell in love upon this suffering sphere, and how we may assist the one in whom we live and move and have our being to become a sacred deity, a God of light and wisdom, love and power, a goddess pouring solar life through all her many forms. What must we do to help redeem this little planet, which one day must take its rightful place among the stars? Let us form the sacred symbol of the god of war, Mars, whose fire drives us forward on our heavenly quest. And now we focus on the gifts of Mars, a ruddy orb less sacred than would hold the soul in durance vile. Without the will to fight against the seeming foe, the will of God could ne'er be done. Without the surging of the blood, no life would move this earthly frame. Without the reddest fire of Mars, no aspiration would propel the life to higher planes. If Jupiter brings blessed understanding, and earth the field of service where compassion must be lovingly applied, then Mars confers the power to rise above the earthly field, to rise in fire to higher spheres, to reach a destination far beyond Earth's blue horizon. Mars, though far from sacred, gives a gift which leads to sacredness sublime. Armed and open to his power, we call in song upon the ardent Lord, who will not ever brook defeat. We call upon the militant aflame, champion of all ideals, the one who fuels the quest divine with unrelenting fire.
Pursue the quest with ardor, pursue the quest with flame. From Mars the power to aspire, from Mars the fire that none can tame. Pursue the truest vision, uphold the banner of the right. From Mars comes firm decision, from Mars the power to fight. Never give up, never give in, rise and rise again. Never give up, never give in, win for the spirit win. Pursue the quest with ardor, pursue the quest aflame. Pursue the quest with valor, burning with the ruddy flame. Pursue the quest with ardor, pursue the quest aflame. Pursue the quest with valor, burning with the ruddy flame. Never give up, never give in, rise and rise again. Never give up, never give in, win for the spirit win. Rise, 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 rise.
Meditation. Let us ponder on the fiery aspiration which propels us towards the goal, reorienting all desire to seek the highest ends. Inspired by Martian fire, unto the mountain of initiation may we speed, one pointedly deflecting all that dares oppose us on our way. Disciples of the light are we. Thus let us ask, and seek response from that which deep within us surely knows. Towards what do we aspire? What feeds the fire within, and is that fire burning bright? Do the lunar lords within us seek the target of the sun? How can the gift of Mars be used to mount unto the light, and rise above the customary earth? Let us form the symbol of the arrow straight and true, the arrow of truth. The archer aims his arrow intent on spirit destiny, intent upon the kingdom of the soul. But straight must be that arrow, straightened by the truth, or else it will not reach its destined mark. The destiny envisioned leads beyond the realm of earth, beyond as well the system of our sun. Great indeed the spirit's quest within the many mansions of our planetary life. Greater still the heart logoic, pulsing through its realm of solar love. Still greater the logoic will, driving all the system to its destined point in cosmos, but surmounting and extending far beyond the solar atom. There looms for man the path of higher evolution which all masters one day tread. The path thereto is straight, straight with truth. Far beyond the present focus of the ardent archer lies this highest way for all upon the planet. But even now he may, at least, direct himself unto the final goal